Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. Today we are going to be talking about my RTA team and what I decided to go with for most of this season. I can't guarantee you that I'll be running this the entire season because we know that now we get a balance patch in the middle of the season and I don't know how that will change things. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to be running this for the entire season. I might. It all depends on the balance patch that comes out. For most of it at least, I will try and run the team that you see right now. And from it, you already know what it's going to be. It's going to be the Swift Verd. So for a lot of people that have been watching me play RTA, you guys know that I was a strong advocate of going second turn, and that was due to a couple of reasons, but the main two was one, my runes didn't support a fast team, and two, I didn't have a box for a fast team. But with my recent pulls that I got from mid last season to currently right now, my box now seems like a good fit for a Swift Verd team. Due to that reason, I decided to actually build it up. I actually watched the recent Childish video where he brought in an expert regarding this team and showed us how he ruined it up. So I kind of took that into account, trying to tune my team correctly and identify which units that I have to actually focus on. I know that Childish didn't finish that video up. He actually showcased only 3 or 4 units, and for mine at least, you guys will see everything that I have ruined. And I'm only going to be showing you guys the units that I have ruined for the Swift Verd. I have like 40 units ruined up for this RTA season, but I think this is about Swift Verd, so we will be seeing that team. And then we'll also watch some of the matches that got me back into C3 currently. And people that are interested, I've played 29 games, only 29 games, so it might be a little early to talk about Swift Verd. It was still a fun journey to get back up here. I didn't do that well last season. I played the most, but although I had some good matches in the middle of the season, I actually did reach G1. However, I wasn't able to deal with some other comps in the latter season, so I barely ended C3. Everything that is out, other than these 5 stars that I currently didn't even build, or these, whatever these are, everything else are all ruined up. All of these are ruined up, and I'll show you guys a couple of them that I still use a lot due to counter picks. But first, let's talk about Swift Verd. And the first unit we'll see is Verd, which is on my fastest Swift Wool set. My fastest Swift set where I could get a lot of attack. The one downside on my account is that I don't have a fast slot 6 attack rune. So you see that I'm currently using an HP rune with a attack gemmed in. This is the highest that I could get for now, so oh well. But I tried to get the most attack out of this. You can see we have 2000 attack, and that is accompanied by these 2 artifacts that are bringing in flat attack. That's all about Swift Verd. 204 speed. I can improve him with some artifacts. I do have some legend grinds where I could get more speed on certain runes, but I'm kind of saving it out because they're just so rare. So we'll see if I get a OP rune later on where I want to upgrade these things or something like that. You might also argue why this Despair rune is here. It was my fastest and most efficient with a lot of attack slot 1 rune. I had to give it to Verd because Verd was lacking attack. I'm going to also showcase most of the artifacts that I'm really proud of. Verd isn't one of them, so I just showed you guys the main stat to show that I have a lot of attack. But he's on 303 speed. The next unit is probably the Moor, right? And this is my Moor on Despair Broken. He's on Despair Broken. And you could also see that he has a lot of attack. I focused on speed, attack, again to counter the Douglases. And I'm actually happy with his artifacts. I'm proud of it because it's a lot of additional damage stats, HP, attack, which kind of goes with his high attack. The speed is kind of low, and also a lot of defense. This is the one stat that's kind of lost, this defense proportion to lost HP, but I mean he does benefit from it, so it's not really a loss. It just doesn't help with his damage. It would have been better if this was an attack artifact just to give him more attack, Same with this one, but I just didn't have the artifacts that were giving this much stats, this much damage, so I just went with the flat HP, thinking also that his attack wasn't actually that low, seeing that he has 2 attack slot 4s and 6s. There's a reason why I made him this low. I can make him faster to like at least 10 more speed. I think I could make him 178, but I couldn't do it with the slot 6 attack rune, which I think is pretty important due to the fact that Douglas comes out a lot in countering these teams. That was one, and also I couldn't get my violet runes to be around the 270 mark, so the plus 170 plus 160, and you'll see that when I talk about the other units. It sounds like I have a cold, but I don't. It's just a clock. No, sorry guys. The next unit that moves, I'm gonna go in turn order. So the bird goes, the Moor goes, and then the unit that goes is the Jogun. He's also on Despair, but Despair will. You can see that he's at 267 speed, right? Which is 1 speed slower than the Moor. So I think that's pretty tuned well. He has 100 accuracy. Didn't really care about the artifacts, just for more tankiness, taking less damage, more accuracy. But that's about it. I'm happy with him. I'm happy how he's tuned. So he's been working really well. I noticed why I think Jogun is kind of like almost a must-have for these Swift Vert teams, because his skill 2 is awesome and his skill 3 is awesome. The one downside, he's not fully skilled up. He still needs 5 skill ups or more. 4 just by itself here. It's 4, 6, 7 skill ups, and I only have 1 Devilmon right now. So for people that watch my recent videos, I have pulled a lot of new Nat 5s, a lot of new and good toys, and it's just really hard to decide on which to Devilmon. I'm in a big Devilmon drought. Okay, the next one is the Cheongpung, and like Childish has stated, or at least Childish showed in his video when he was building his Swift Vert team, this is where we have to, you know, bash in all the efficiency, right? And this is how he looks like. He's at 265 speed, which is 2 speeds slower than the Jogun. You can see he has 100 accuracy. Again, maybe it's a little overkill, but this is all due to the fact that I gave him a slot 6 accuracy rune. Same with the Jogun. I just gave them slot 6 accuracy runes, so I just naturally got the 100 accuracy. But you could see that he has a lot of defense, a lot of attack. I think all of these stats are really good, right? Plus 20k HP is no joke, plus 800 attack is no joke, and plus 700 defense is no joke. And I'll also show you guys the artifacts, because I am also very happy with his runes, his artifacts. And you can see that it's more additional damage by defense, HP, attack, and speed. The one downside of all of my artifacts is that I don't have a lot of additional damage by speed. They're all so low. Everything else is really high, but it's just the speed. And I heard that speed is the one that's most efficient from what most people say, because first of all, you're ruining all these units so fast, right? So you'll be benefiting the most out of speed, but this is the best I could do. Skill 3 crit damage plus 10% is a lost cause, because his crit rate is really low, 33%. I mean, if I could get his crit rate like to 50%, it would be great with the, you know, same or similar accuracy and without losing too much stats, but I just didn't have the runes for that. So those are my 4 core units, and then the last one is, you know, usually a flex pick depending on what they're choosing. The first one that I'll show you is a Savannah. Savannah is plus 151 speed, and that equals 259, which is a little slower compared to all of these units, right? It's like 6 speed difference, but due to the fact that she has a good base speed, with the speed lead, that gap will be a little smaller. But she can get more speed. Like I could give more speed here. I could also give more speed here, because I think this is plus 2 or something, plus 3, yeah. This is plus 2 or something. No, this is actually good. There's some of these runes here that doesn't have a lot of that don't have a good grind or gem, something like that. So we could get 1, 2, 3 more speed somewhere here and there. For people that have noticed, she is also on speed attack. Again, maybe try to handle the Douglases, and maybe just to make sure that I get the defense break with the pushback, because her attack needs to be higher than their defense, right? So that's her. Her accuracy is a little low, but her attack artifact is giving her 16% accuracy on skill 3. So it's around almost 50%. The another one is the Karnal, which I pulled, and here you can see why I killed the more speed. You can see that I really can't get the Karnal or these other units on violent to have the speed that I want, and this is the best I could do. So it's a little out of tune, I think, slightly, because this is again 159, which is the same speed as Savannah, but it's not exactly the same because her base speed, well, their base speed is different. Savannah has 12 more speed or 10 more speed than the Karnal, so with speed leads, obviously Savannah gets more speed, which makes the tuning better, whereas Karnal doesn't get as much and the tuning is still off. Karnal again is one of my most efficiently runed units. He has good accuracy. I also have a artifact that's giving him more skill 3 accuracy. He has a lot of HP. Well, for some users that use a second turn team specifically, maybe this HP is not high enough. I know there are people that have like 50k plus 40k plus 50k HP. I just can't do that. And I mean, this Karnal seems pretty fast, right? It's not that slow. And defense attack is pretty high. Again, another unit that does multi-hits. So I'm going to show you the artifacts because it's all about additional damage by something. So damage dealt on wind is actually a plus, not that bad. Skill 3 accuracy, like I said, 11%, so that's 55% accuracy on skill 3 in total. And then you can see additional damage by HP 0.3, which kind of sucks because Karnal has a lot of HP, but then we do have plus 132% of speed, 11% of attack, and 4% of defense. Sadly, attack is the highest, which is his lowest stat, but I mean, I think it's important that we have all four. So it's good. Speed, HP. Another unit that I ruined specifically for this team, although I should really be adding the Charlotte. Charlotte here. I didn't bring Charlotte out because she's not skilled up at all, but is the Tayor. So Tayor is on Violent Will as well. A little low on the accuracy, but again, I have this artifact that's giving her 16% more. That's giving him 16% more accuracy on skill 3. You can see he's a high attack, some good HP, 256 speed. Again, a little out of tune, and his base speed is slow, so it doesn't really help. But this is the best I could do with my remaining violent runes. There's already a couple of violent runes that I had to give that are fast. This works pretty well. A lot of people bring out Antares. Douglas is not a question. Douglas comes out all the time. And his guaranteed skill 3 pushback or freeze is always helpful. And this attack speed debuff for 3 turns, again, is no joke. All of these units have some kind of attack speed debuff. The other units that I sometimes bring out is like the Ganymede. Again, kind of tuned. Not really tuned because Ganymede wasn't a priority, so he's actually slow, 251. But with the speed lead due to his insane base speed, maybe it'll help a little. But that's a 10 speed difference from the Jogen or even the Cheongpung, so not the best. Okay, not the best. And then if I need speed leads, I ruined up the Vanessa. She actually is working really well. She's on Violent Nemesis. More accuracy probably here. No, just more crit damage. You can see crit damage is less enemy HP, max 44%. So that's pretty good. And then the Escher, if I ever need more speed. So, and then finally the Sierra, which is still ruined pretty well on plus 147 speed. She has a lot of HP, attack, good defense. I think that's good enough. And then almost 100 crit rate. The accuracy is a little low, but I am getting 19% accuracy from here, which makes it 65%. And I know there are people that use Sierra with even less accuracy in Arena, in RTA, that are in G2, G3. So I'm just gonna go with that. If Sierra misses a bomb, oh well, I'll just take it. I'll just take a loss. But I think the other stats are really important. Again, a unit that does multi hits. I showed Sierra a lot before too. So this is her artifacts. I did get this graded, I guess, from the Reddit community, and I really need speed. I do need the accuracy now, and due to the fact that I'm running a Swift Bird, I think Sierra doing more damage with the bombs is better. So I think I am going to leave the bomb damage. But yeah, so those are my 11 units. Now let's take a look at some of the counters that I do bring out, because there are times that people take the Verd, take the Moor, and then I kind of have to shift my team, right? I do like to still bring out the Cheongpung or the Karnal, those units, because I think they just work really, really well. But one big one is probably Haegang. So Haging's on Despair Will. Again, a 269 speed. Almost 100 accuracy. Again, he's running a slot 6 accuracy rune as well. So that's a good one. You might think he's not that tanky, and that's because of this rune. This is the one rune that I had to give him because I needed the speed. I actually wanted it to be in the 260 range like all the other Art Masters. So there's that. Triple Revenge Verd, another Verd, because if they take like a very specific team that I think it counters the Swift Verd team, I sometimes want the Triple Revenge Verd. And for one case is when they take the Cheongpung. I think when they take Cheongpung, it's like a no-brainer to take this unit. I made him faster, so you might see that's different. And overall, his tankiness went up, I think. So he had a huge upgrade overall. Triple Revenge. Antares, another big one. I just threw away the resistance build and went on high attack. I'm hoping that he'll step up one day. So he's on Despair Revenge. Juno. I really wanted Juno to be around the 260 range too. However, me using all the fast Despair sets, I just couldn't get her any faster than this speed. I'm glad that she's still faster than the Sierra. So if I do pick her out with Sierra, she could still land her bombs and stuff. But really, she needs to be faster, like 10 speeds faster minimum. She's on Despair Revenge as well. Now I'm proud of this one. I bring out Douglas a lot. And this is his build. He has a lot of attack. He has a decent amount of speed, a lot of HP. I noticed that like with plus 10k HP, it won't work because Sierra just eats him up. Like one bomb and he's gone. And to actually counter that as well, to actually prevent that, he's on Vampire Will. And he has a lot of attack due to this rune right here, plus 43%. And he's getting tankiness from this Vampire rune. So I guess he's losing the attack from here and he's getting it from here, but he's getting the tankiness from this rune. But I really like his rune. I really like his build. I will argue this is a really, really nice Douglas. I'll be surprised to see, well, I won't be surprised, but if there's any, G1, G2, G3 players that have a crazy Douglas, please let me know. Please show it to me because I will be glad to know. And maybe, who knows, I'll be striving for that as well. The artifacts might be a little lacking. Skill 2 crit damage, skill 1 crit damage as less enemies HP, max 21%, and life drain. And here, counter attack damage, life drain plus 16%, attack up effect. This is the one that's kind of seems like a lost cause, but sometimes I do bring him out with O'Reilly. They pair up really well, so this helps. And then crit damage has more enemy HP, max 7%. In the win department, sometimes Leo, now on Violent Nemesis, looks like this. Nothing crazy. The Diana sometimes. And finally, the Kinky that I've built like this, that's on Despair, Endure. And the reason why I put him on Endure is because I wanted the 100 res, although I don't see it really working well. But this rune is just really, really efficient. I want to use it somewhere, so there's that. And then this one as well is pretty efficient. Due to those two runes, I really wanted to give it to Kinky. I really think he needs all his skill ups, because without skill ups, he just doesn't work. I used him when he didn't have 3 skill ups here. So it was 2-7 and 2-5, and he was utterly garbage. His damage was too low. I'm hoping that he does more damage now because we have 5 skill ups, but we really need this. Damage for 15%, and also this. I just need both because, come on, I really need him to land his defense breaks. The artifacts doesn't look that crazy. It's just, getting more speed, getting more defense, getting more attack. This is a lost cause because he doesn't take crit damage, but oh well. Now let's take a look at a few of the games, because that's the entire team. If anybody is interested in any of the other runes, just put a comment below, join my Discord, send me a message, and I'll be happy to send you a screenshot, or maybe I'll showcase it later on. But that's about it. And now let's take a look at some of the games. So this game is a good example where I pivot from a Swift Verd because I know that I can't outspeed him. So you can see I take the Douglas with the Riley and then the Cheongpung. I ban his speed lead, his Nephthys. I don't know why he did that. I just think it's better to go for the pushback. Who knows, maybe his entire team will move. But I think with that, it's over. And this also shows why it's really important to have a lot of HP on your Douglas, because if I didn't have a lot of HP on my Douglas, I think the Savannah would have killed him, at least when he came back to life. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. Well, maybe not that much. I lied, never mind. But yeah, you can see I have too much sustain. I think he does kill off the bird with the demon. There you go, 23k. Well, there you go, 23k. So I guess if he went for Douglas and killed him, I mean tried to kill him, my Douglas would have survived, because I think my Douglas has more HP, more defense than that bird. So safe to say that we would have survived that. And then this just keeps going on. He gets one more chance with the demon, but the demon's not on vampire, it's on violent. So with one violent proc, he doesn't have skill 2 up, meaning that he can't kill my Douglas. He doesn't even go for my Douglas. But with that, it's over. I think I have enough damage to kill the Wusa. I think he leaves even before that. Yeah, I meet the guy again. And I know his picks. I know he's faster than me because he has the units. So again, I just pivot. And that's a revenge bird. That's a triple revenge bird. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. And I counter his Nephness. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. See, the bird is slow. Still go for the strip stun. Crits are beautiful, but I have Juno, right? Really, now the Nephtys needs high attack if she wants to do anything to the Douglas. But Douglas isn't a real counter to her because she could land multiple debuffs, and Douglas only cleanses one. And he knew he lost, so he left again. So you can see that I am adapting. I'm not just going, you know, straight up for Swift Word, hoping to outspeed. Because from the box, you could definitely tell that I am not outspeeding. So at that point, I try to counter their team. I actually like the more first pick because with more first pick, I have a lot of flexibility on how I go. And due to the fact that I have a stripper, at least, I mean, some kind of stripper, right? It helps with the team. So there are games that don't work out, and I want to show it to you. This is a game where I did go Swift Word, and we have exactly the same team. I mean, it's the same point, sorry. This is where it didn't work out. So I banned the Leo. He was on Swift Shield. I mean, sorry, Will Shield. So it kind of surprised me. I didn't think he'll be that ready, or that prepared. We have. I think I should have went with the Squall because the Douglas the Douglas laps. Yeah, the Douglas laps, so I can't get the guaranteed skill 2. I still try to go for it, and I can't kill it due to the shield that Usa gave, and I knew that I lost at that point. Yeah, just didn't work out. Maybe I should have squalled first. Maybe just having one stripper was not enough. Yeah, that's probably it. Maybe should have went with like with the Jogan. But yeah, things don't work out all the time. This next game is another good example where I pivot. So although I am advocating Swift Verd, I just don't always go for it. Like this, if they pick out the Verd, I can't go Swift Verd, right? So here again, I go with counter picks. Still use my Jogan because I know he still moves first in front of all my, you know, damage dealers or controllers. It looks like his was a Swift Verd as well. Get the strip. He cleansed for me, thank you. I didn't get this, so I was like, oh man, am I gonna lose? I wasn't that scared of that Verd because he moves so fast. I was pretty sure that he wasn't on revenge, and you can see how squishy he is. So we all know that they're built squishy, high damage, and really fast. Again, still not scared. My more is gone, but still not scared. He has to eventually try to hit my who is that? Yeah, my Douglas. And my Jogan is not fully scaled up, so we're gonna see a lot of auto attacks from him, skill 1s. She gets the attack break, and this is where I got scared. But we got a good proc there. And here we almost one-shotted the monkey. I think we do have, yeah. Oh nope, we still don't have it. By this time, if he's fully skilled up, he should have his skill 2, his strip. But you can see that I am lacking that because I was missing skill ups. After that, it's over. This is the battle that got me into C3. Karnal first pick, so I just go with my Swift Verd. Not that scared. I go with more strips because he has a stripper. I mean, he has will. And I ban the Antares because, you know, he could do Antares things. We got most of the strip, but this is where Jogan is so good. The additional strip is just so good. Just love it. And then here comes Crush with the, you know, with the slow debuff. That's also awesome, right? It's just so good. 60k damage on that. We're not even scared of the Juno anymore. Juno can only do so much in this kind of situation, especially when I have more and when I have the Teor. And that got me C3. So now let's watch some of the games. I played only 2 games in C3 because right now C3 is really high level. Whenever I play a game, they have Guardian Wings. And I only played 2. So this is the one where it's a speed battle and I lost. I tried to pivot, but it didn't work out. I did pick out the Antares here. It didn't work out. But in the end, due to, I think, good speed tuning and stuff, I was able to get the win. So here, my Antares comes out. He bans the Verd. And we know that he's going first. He goes... So he's really confident with his, you know, speed tuning too. Because you see that everybody moves. And I thought I lost here. But we get a clutch proc and that resist from the Cheongpung, right? that gave me the win. If I didn't get that, just lost. No joke. Nothing could have happened. We're still not in a good spot. But we got some lucky procs like that. And then you see that we just pushed back that Oki that got reset for 1 turn. So he had to auto. Man, I can't believe that Vanessa did that. I think that gave us the win. Skill 1 and skill 2, look at that damage. That's all from that 44% more crit damage if their HP is low. And we clutched this out. This was a lucky win. I think if everything went according to his plan, if we all got pushed back like we did right now, we would have lost. But the Cheongpung resisted, the Cheongpung procced into a skill 3. That's the only reason we won. But still, it was only possible due to the fact that we had the rune quality to survive, not to outspeed though. And then this one, he had Guardian Wings. If you guys saw it, it was on the Ganny. Find this one, another speed battle, but he made a crucial mistake where he only picked out 1 speed lead, where I picked out 2, and I think he banned the incorrect unit. So here I have 2 speed leads. And he only has 1, so I banned this fastest guy. He didn't ban my Verd. So my Verd actually gets to outspeed. And here, with this 15% boost, here you go, 15% boost, we still get to move. And that's due to the Verd, but it's also due to good speed tuning. But with that, we were able to take this win. It was a pretty just unlimited control. The fact that Narsha couldn't do anything and got dismounted is huge. Really important that these Joguns are on Despair, and same with the Moor. But with that, I'm currently standing, 2.5%, rank 4,900. We have a 79% win rate, which is pretty good actually. But this doesn't say anything. You really have to play like a couple hundred games to get a really good understanding on your victory rate. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you guys would like to see, please put a comment below. And yeah, let's see how well this team works, because it is currently fun. At least it's fun for sure. But that was it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.